On a warm evening at Trabuco Hills High School, the Mayfair Monsoons were on hand to play the Santa Margarita Eagles. Hi everybody, I'm Paul Higgins. On this night, the Eagles would have an honorary captain. 5-year-old Joshua got the team pumped up to play. On hand on behalf of the Nigu Foundation, Coach Fisher addressed his team as Joshua and his father looked on.
All right, so Joshua is going to be our honorary captain tonight. He's going to be supporting us, be on the sidelines, or at least end zone for sure, right? Cheering us on. And so obviously, just so you guys know, Joshua's battling leukemia right now and he's kicking his butt, all right? So, and so he gets a great opportunity to come out here and cheer us on, and if we can be half as brave as he is tonight, we're going to like the results, all right? So tonight you're going to be our honorary captain. You're going to run out with the captains and the team in front of the Eagles. Sound like cool? Sound fun? Huh? Cat got your tongue. You were talking all kinds of crazy out there, Al. Huh? And so he'll run out with us. And so make sure you guys understand that. Let's not stampede our honorary captain as we come out of here. Let's give him one more hand, guys.
If that's not inspiring, I don't know what is. A touching moment as Joshua fist pumped every single player as they went out of the locker room. And then Joshua got to experience what it is to be a captain for the Eagles. The national anthem, walking onto the field for the coin toss, and then running onto the field before the game started with the rest of the Eagles, as the Eagles had an opportunity to even their record at 2-2 in this young season. The Eagles would have a good offensive series to start. Peter Castelli drops back to pass, throws a perfect pass to Chase Nenad. That would be a first down and then some to set up this play. It would be a handoff to Jake Thomas. Jake weaves his way through traffic, and he gets on the board for the first touchdown of the game, 7-0, the Eagles. It would be a career night for Jake Thomas as he would score a total of 5 touchdowns. Sit back and relax as you're going to see every one of them. On the other side of the line of scrimmage, the defense for the Eagles would play spectacular. Greg Doyle in on the play. And then Justin Walker goes in for the touchdown early on for the Monsoons. This would tie it up, a big offensive line surge for the Monsoons. Those touchdowns would come few and far between for Mayfair. Jake Ebach with a good return all the way across midfield. He was one shoestring tackle of taking this one all the way, as right there he gets brought down. But nothing would bring down the Eagles here. Castelli again with a great pass to Chase Nenad. Chase turns it inside to the 6-yard line, sets up this touchdown by Jake Thomas as he goes right up the middle. Fantastic blocking up front for the Eagles. Jake goes head over heels as he is one tough football player. Another tough football player is Blake Bianchini. How about this great play out on the island all by himself? He brings down the ball carrier. 80s night with the Eagles. I should have worn my fluorescent Athletes in Motion shirt from the 80s. How about Jake Thomas once again getting up the middle and scooting in for the score? He makes it look so easy. That would be 21-7. A great bob and weave as he cuts across to the left. He finds a lane, high steps it into the end zone. Great play here by the Eagles defense as they come up with the football on the fumble. It would be a fumble on the 1-yard line. Back on offense, Jake Thomas is not the only threat to run. How about Peter Castelli? This kid's got wheels as he outruns everyone to the end zone. That would be a 55-yard touchdown run to make it 27-7. Ground level, Peter Castelli bouncing outside, turns it up a little bit, and then once again, it is a 30-yard sprint, and Peter wins it to the finish line. Castelli, only a sophomore, but settling in nicely as a varsity starter. How about Corey Hernandez stripping the ball away over the middle? The defense of the Eagles getting the ball back in the hands of their offense, and Jake Thomas. Check this out. He hurdles the defender into the end zone, and yes, it is a touchdown. Jake definitely having a career night, following his offensive line, doing a great job of blocking, and you can see the hurdle there, and no doubt he was in for the score. Our spotlight feature is on Connor Burke. Check him out as he eyes the ball carrier. The lane is there. He finds him, wraps him up for a loss. Great play by Connor Burke. Another fine play on defense, this time special teams, as Derek Wilkins gets in for the first block punt of the season for the Eagles. That was a huge play for the young man, definitely fired up on the sidelines. Peter Castelli back to pass. I'm not sure if you can throw a better ball than that. That one was to Jake Ebach. Once again, the sophomore quarterback drops it right into the hands of his receiver. The Eagles would capitalize on the play as Jake Thomas gets his 5th touchdown of the evening. Yes, 5 touchdowns on one night. That would make it 41-7. How about Nick Barcelos? He adds a touchdown as the Eagles led 48-7 in the fourth quarter. Why so many running touchdowns? Just take a look at the hole that the offensive line creates, as Barcelos could have driven his truck through that, if he has a truck. Not sure if this young man can drive yet, but he knows how to catch a football. Drew Sulik with his first touchdown on the varsity level. How about it? I covered his dad back in the early 90s. Andy Sulik, synonymous with Santa Margarita. The Eagles would play great defense all the way down to the final play. Preston Higgins wraps up the ball carrier. Trey Prenevas in on to help. That would be the final play of the game as the Eagles go on to win 55-7. They move to 2-2 on the year with a big game next week. After the game, I talked to Jake Thomas. Jake, a big night for you tonight on the ground. Scored just about every time you touched the ball. Mentality coming into tonight off a loss last week. You really wanted this win.
I had to, we as a team, as a unit, had to put that aside. A loss doesn't define a team at all, in our eyes, and we definitely focused in this week is attention to detail 100%. No goofing around, nothing like that. So I thought as a team, as a unit, offensive line, defensive line, everybody just really stepped in and played its toll.
You had an honorary captain tonight with Joshua, 5 years old, suffering from leukemia. Pretty inspiring speech by Coach, but pretty inspiring young man as well.
He's a trooper, man. I know what, he has a rough time. I told him at the beginning of the game, every touchdown I get tonight is for him.
Yeah.
And this game is for him. And I also asked him what was his favorite number. He said 22. So every time I scored, I threw a 22 with my hands. So, I'm going to pray for him. God bless him. And I hope, the best goes out for him.
Eagles played 4 quarters of football tonight on both sides of the ball really well. Your thoughts as you go into next week, a big game on a Saturday night?
We're going to definitely watch film, flush it out. But at the end of the day, we still got a game in front of us. We got a season, we got to prepare, and just be another unit and still build off, what we've done in the past and just keep grinding.
Another question for you. You score a number of touchdowns tonight. Offensive line did a fantastic job.
These guys, I tell you, I love them. I told them each individual, I love them. And without them, I wouldn't be playing this game. Like I say, I give the credit to them. Without them, I wouldn't score. You know what I mean? And also, I love them. That's basically, my family. So.
Congratulations tonight.
I appreciate it. This is it's a win, but definitely we're gonna keep grinding.
Classy young man and Jake Thomas. Another classy young man is Chase Neednad, as he is a fine wide receiver. Our student Athletes in Motion Eagle reporter Cassidy Doyle spoke to him.
So coming off a great win tonight, we're here with player Chase Neednad. Gonna ask him a few questions. So obviously a lot of our runs were touchdowns, but you played a really big part in advancing the ball and getting this game to the win that it was. How do you feel?
I feel good. Not every game you can pass the ball as much as you want to, but it's fine just blocking and getting our running backs touchdowns.
That's really awesome. So Peter's, a young quarterback, but he managed to get that ball to you quite often in the game. Are you feeling more confident in him as a quarterback?
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely grown as a player and grown up as the season's gone along. And next week's a big test, so we'll see how he does.
Yeah, so as you said, next week's a big test, so now you're 2-2. Does that give you more confidence going into this next game, make you guys feel better at all?
Yeah, definitely. We did what we needed to do today, put up a lot of numbers, and hopefully we get a win next week.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. Go Eagles. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Cassidy. Great job on the interview. Once again, the final score, the Eagles win it 55-7 on 80s night. It will be a big Saturday night game next week. Until then, I'm Paul Higgins for Cassidy Doyle and David Espinoza. Thanks for watching AIM Sports TV.